welcome to my channel. Today I am doing my home cooking video where I cook something up for breakfast or lunch, whatever it happens to be, maybe even dinner, but today it is more of a brunch because again, got up super late and I do have a lot of things to do, so I did a few things and then I decided, okay, we're hungry, we're gonna go ahead and eat. Today I decided I'm gonna make some chicharones a la Mexicana. So I'm gonna make these with some eggs also. A la Mexicana just means that you're gonna add tomatoes, onion, and chile. Now normally I just chop things up and put them in the pan and put the chicharones in there, let all that cook. Of course, the chicharones are already cooked. You can just eat them out of the bag, but they're gonna get soft and they're gonna simmer in with the tomatoes and the onions and all that. You just season it however you want. But today I'm going to use a salsa verde. Sometimes I make a salsa roja, which is a red sauce. I'm going to make a green sauce today with the tomatillos. These are tomatillos, and this is what they look like when you get them in the store. Sometimes you can get them like this, or like if you go to farmer's market or flea market or something, you'll get them like this already husked and cleaned and in a little bag. Of course, you still want to wash them anyway. So these, you just remove the little husk like that. Very easy. Break off the little stem just like that, and they're kind of sticky, so you want to wash them. Let's put that in there so we can just give them a nice little scrubby. And here's one more that I had because I already had all of these ready. Oops, there we go. So now I'm just gonna rinse them off, get that little stickiness off of them, and then I'm going to put them to boil. All right, I've rinsed out my tomatillos. I mean, you can't tell. And then I've got 2 garlic cloves that I'm gonna leave whole. And I've been peeling an onion, and I'm going to take a quarter of this. And you can see this, the size of onion that it is. So I'm going to take all this and put it in the boiling water. Okay, so just going to place all that right in there. Now these don't take long, you guys. Tomatillos take maybe just, maybe 3 minutes at the most. You're going to see them change color from this vibrant green to like more of an olive or avocado-ish kind of a green. Well, I guess they're kind of avocado-ish now. They'll turn like an olive green. And also, you don't want to cook them for too long or boil them for too long because they could pop and then they become a little bit of a mess in there. You don't want them to get mushy. I'm just adding a little bit extra water to cover them. That's good. We're just going to leave them there a couple of minutes or so, and then we'll take them out and put them in the blender. All right, everyone, so there's the tomatillos. They've already turned a different color. You can tell right here especially. They're no longer like the center here, bright green, but they're more of an olive green. This one I just gotta turn it around, just a couple that have to be turned around like that one back there. And that'll be it. Decided to make some bacon, you guys, and I put it on the stove here to cook. And then I got distracted by washing some dishes, and that's what happened to that. But I've already turned it off, so it's just kind of sizzling in the residual heat. All right, so here's the tomatoes and the onion and the 2 garlics in the blender pitcher, and I've added some salt and some pepper. You can add ground. You don't have to do what I do or add, rock salt or whatever. Okay, so there we go. A little bit of water. It's about a 1/4 cup of the water from where it was boiling, and I haven't tossed this water out yet because I don't know if I'll need a little bit more. All right, so I'm going to use the same pan that I boiled the tomatoes in. I dunked out all the water. I didn't need any more. I've got it nice and hot, so I'm going to put some oil in there, whatever oil you want to use, vegetable oil, olive oil, whatever your favorite oil is. So I'm just going to use some avocado oil. Just going to use that up. And I wish I had vegetable oil because that would be better for when you're doing Mexican cooking. It kind of tastes a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to do that. That's about a tablespoon of oil that I poured in, maybe a little bit more. And now I'm going to pour on all the salsa in there. Ooh, you want to do it over a spoon so it doesn't splatter. All right, so I have a serrano pepper here. Excuse the water splashes here. I normally like to put this in the blender to blend up with the tomatillo and everything, but I don't want the sauce to be too hot, so I'm just gonna add a few little rounds in there just to give it a little bit of spice. Let me cut them up. Just like that. They're kind of thin sliced little bits. I'm just gonna throw those in. That'll give it flavor, but I'm gonna wait till the end so not too much of the heat, you know, gets into all the salsa, just a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this heat down. I had it on high. Okay. Now I'm gonna add some of these rinds, but oops, one fell down. Okay, my doggy will get that. Now I'm gonna break them a little bit. I don't want the big pieces like that. Just wanna break them a little bit. Okay. And just add, you know, whatever you want to put in there. Sometimes the pieces are already small, so just throw them in there. Little pieces like this. And just throw them in there. Okay, so I'm gonna add that in there. I'm gonna chop up some onions, and we're gonna throw those in there as well. Okay, I added the chopped onions in there. Stir that around. We want the rinds to get soft. See that? It's kind of flexible and soft. This one's also squishy and soft. Now these come in this snack bags. They're thin, so they get soft really quickly. But if you use the thicker ones, the ones that have a little bit of meat on, they take a little bit longer. Okay, so I'm now adding the little serrano bits, little chile. I'm gonna kind of keep them on that side a little. So I'm gonna pour myself this, and then from over here for my mom. Okay, so I'm just gonna get some tortillas out so I can heat them up. I'm gonna give my mom a flour tortilla. And I've got some corn tortilla that I'm gonna get for myself because I am starting to cut down on some flours. So we're gonna cut down not having a flour tortilla. I'll have corn tortilla instead. Like this type of flour for now. So little by little, that's the way that I did it the last time that I decided to cut some things out. So that's what I'm gonna do. So look at my shirt now. I'm doubting that that's water now because it hasn't dried, and I just splattered myself just now with the oil, and so that's it. I just have to get stuff on myself. Are you like that? You have to get something on you, or you go to a restaurant, you just that one little drop gets right on your top. It does for me because, you know, of the shelf that I have. So you're sitting at a table, it's right there. So I tend to go like this a lot when I'm eating. But sometimes, you know, you forget it, you pick it up, and then before you know, boop. So I like to wear a lot of like patterny, flowery type of shirt, something with a lot of color when I go out to dinner so that you can't tell like on a solid shirt. I'm gonna have to start making myself a bib. Okay, so just one flour tortilla. I don't know why I took out two. To heat up, make it nice and soft. You know, some people grab flour tortillas and they eat them cold. Why? Why do you do that? Warm them up. Warm them up. I guarantee you they're going to be better. Even if you're just making a wrap, like a pinwheel type of thing, warm it up a little bit. When you roll it up, it's not going to break on you. My eggs, I'm going to turn them over. I know you can't see them, and I can't tilt this because of the hot oil. I'm having a hard time with this one. Now, this is the one I always use, so I don't know. Everything's extra slippery today. I'm having one of those days. Maybe because I haven't eaten. And it's already kind of what time? Oh my God, you guys, it's 11:47. I thought it was 10:47. Yeah, well, I know I got up late, but I know I got up that late. Okay, so it's almost 12 noon. Look at that, it's gonna be lunch. Okay, turn that over, turn that off, turn that off. We don't want anything to burn. I'm gonna go ahead and serve my mom, and then I'll serve my plate, show you that, and we'll chit chat. All right, everyone, I've gone ahead and I've served my mom. This is her lovely plate. The only thing missing are some refried beans, but I'm thinking that I need to just go ahead and make some homemade refried beans for you guys. And here is her coffee. So I'm gonna go take that to her inner room. She didn't come out today, and that's okay. So I'm just gonna take it over to her there. Okay, so for my plate, I'm gonna place 2 corn tortillas on my plate. And yeah, I'm using paper plates. I'm trying to use those up. I don't know why my mom asked me for paper plates. She wants paper plates. So I got them when she first came to live with me. Then I stopped because I don't like, I'd rather wash the dishes than having the extra trash. But then we got some again, and then again. So anyway, I'm using that. I'm just putting the eggs on top of my tortillas. I'm building up this little, oh wait, I wanted to put the eggs on top of the Chicharones. Reverse, rewind, whoop. After all that oil got drained off. Okay, well, not a lot, but enough. Okay. Okay, let's get this salsita. And then mix around those little chiles in there. Put this down over here for a little bit. I was trying to make an aesthetic pleasing display here for the thumbnail. Oops, oops. Oh no, that's gonna take away from my aesthetics. Okay, I'm gonna pour this on top of the tortillas like that. Don't be fooled, I'll eat all that. But we're trying to make a pretty picture. Okay, so I'm gonna get this little bit, just move it over. We'll cover it with some bacon. Okay, get that on there. I might as well eat that little rogue piece of egg and that on there. Of course, they're no longer over medium. They're like over well now because I stayed in the little hot pan for a while because I went to give my mom her plate and, you know, she's talking, so I had to wait for her to be done. Okay. I got more bacon over here on the side, but this is what I'm going to put on my plate. That looks pretty. Let's move this a little bit more that way. Yeah. There you go. Making the plate look pretty and full. Okay. So that is what my breakfast looks like. I'm gonna hold it like that for a bit. Get a nice thumbnail out of that. And I'm gonna get a fork. Okay, so let's cut off a little piece here. Get that with a chicharron there. Yep, it is over well. My egg is overcooked. Look at that. Imagine a runny yolk on that. Oh, okay. I'm gonna get down here because I need to get a new tripod for my phone. I'm using my phone today to record. Need to get a new tripod because it's still cracking and it won't stay in its position. It keeps falling back or forward. But here we go, you guys. The thing about the green tomatoes is they have a citrusy kind of a taste. So they have a little tang to them. So if you want to use it for like something that maybe you're gonna add lime, like if you want to put it in your tacos, you want to add lime also. You might want to taste it before you add any lime because this almost has that lime flavor in there. So you don't want to overdo that, you know, that punch, that little, what did I call it a moment ago? That zing of lime. All right, I decided to grab a chair and put it back here. I mean, I could sit at the table, but you know what? I am right here. So I'm gonna eat right here in my kitchen on my island. I bought some stools for my island to sit on, but they're a little too high. So I'm gonna have them chopped down a little bit just so I can sit in them. I thought I had ordered the lower ones, but I guess I got the taller ones. But I think I'm only gonna do it to one of them. Because I think that if my son comes, he'll probably sit on the taller one. Or my husband. And I'm having my usual coffee, my Texas pecan from H-E-B Cafe Ole. That's H-E-B Cafe Ole. What's an H-E-B brand called? Cafe Ole. But anyway, it's made in San Antonio, so they say. I don't know where the coffee beans come from. But I added my hazelnut creamer also. That's what I always have, you guys. When I go have breakfast somewhere and I have coffee, you know, sometimes they don't come around to give you that refill, so they just give you that one little cup. And I'm lucky if they come back and fill it up. So I usually drink it really slow and I ask for a glass of water as well. I know some people don't even drink when they're eating. They have their drink like after. Some people just eat their food. They don't have a drink with it. Do you do that? I don't think it's weird. I just think it's different. I always grew up with either a glass of milk, water, or juice, Kool-Aid, or something with whatever meal I was gonna have. And as I got older, coffee. But coffee wasn't ever like a really big deal to me till maybe, I'm gonna say about 10 years ago or so. Yeah, I think once I hit 50 or close to 50, coffee became a big deal. And I had to have it. And I'll tell you, I wasn't a coffee person before. Now, I did like coffee, and not that I never liked coffee. I just wasn't like, I didn't have to have coffee. And that's because I wasn't a morning meal type of person. I used to go to work, or before that, school, whatever. I couldn't have breakfast, couldn't eat anything. So I was worked on, like, basically on an empty stomach. And I waited till lunch. By lunch, I was super hungry, whether I was in school or, you know, work. And when I was a kid, yeah, we would have breakfast, but I couldn't eat it. It was so early. I just couldn't. And to this day, I can't eat it like really early. No, 8 o'clock or so, yeah, I can eat. But, so I wasn't drinking coffee because I wasn't having, now at work, sometimes somebody would make coffee, so it would smell good. So I thought, maybe I'll have a little cup. So every once in a while I would, but it was usually because it would make it like really early in the morning, so I wouldn't have any, but then they would make some again in the afternoon. And that's when I would have a little cup, you know, as like a snack in the middle of the day. And then you take your 15-minute break. Especially if you work long days like I did, then you were like, okay, let me have a little coffee. It'll give you a little pick-me-up. And I used to have like a little candy bar or something with it. Gave me some energy, and I was good to go. That's when I started liking coffee, like really liking it. Because then we started talking about, oh, because we used to order I think it was Folgers that they would bring in, the company would buy that. And I started bringing other coffees, my own, or the other person would also bring some other coffees of their own so we could try different ones. And that's when I discovered this one. Because they usually have that coffee section. And they have the beans where you can grind them. They still do. And you can smell so good. So every time I'd walk by, I was like, what is that? It was a Texas pecan. I said, I gotta get some of that. And I did, and I loved it. But, as soon as I retired, well, our company closed down, or the store that I was at closed down in our city. I decided to retire. I didn't really retire, so I started doing other things. Event decorating and stuff like that. But I was injured, I was hurt. I couldn't move things, it was too heavy, it was too much work. I decided, no, I worked for many years, working weekends and stuff. I want my weekends to myself. I want my weekends for my husband. I'm gonna enjoy life. I didn't get to have all my weekends for my kids, but my days off. Oh, if it was summertime, my kids got it all. Or the vacation or whatever. It was their time. But anyway, yeah. So then, decided to, I'm just gonna be home. My husband said, why you bother working? Just be home, do whatever you want. I hadn't started doing YouTube yet. But what I was doing is I was taking pictures of my food, putting on Facebook. A couple of friends started asking, what a recipe, especially one of them would say, how about a recipe with my pictures? Sometimes I would add like the process, the step by step. And then I remembered, hey, I have a YouTube account already made. And I think I had already posted a couple of pictures of a couple of concerts and things that I had gone to. But then I decided to make another one. That one was Trisha in Texas, and then I decided to go Trisha, Texas lady. And I put the pictures that I had of the food of the step by step. I put those in a video format, and then I put the titles, the subtitles, like what I was doing with the recipe. And those were my first videos. I don't remember if I did a voiceover. I don't think I did. So it's just videos with captions or subtitles or whatever. And then I started to do recording. And like legit started the channel. So anyway, I was home now. I'm getting up early. Like I said, 8 o'clock and on, yeah, I can eat then. So I started making myself breakfast, making myself coffee. Because I would make breakfast all the time. So I make breakfast tacos for my sons and my husband. And I would make some for me, but I would wrap them up, take them to work. I'm sorry, what, Mom? Okay, so anyway, I got a little interruption. I have to be stopping and starting it because I don't want long videos on here because it's so hard to upload into my laptop. Some of the little short ones. But my mom needed something right now. So anyway, yeah, I would wrap up my tacos and have them for lunch. But then I was home, so I said, you know what, I'm just gonna eat it now. And then I started making myself coffee. And then I remembered the HB Cafe au lait. So then I started buying it to have it here at home. See how that started? Then my husband started tasting it. He liked it. And for a long time, he also drank that. Then he started venturing out into other coffees. I did too. Especially when on keto. You gotta find other coffees that taste, you know, yummy also. Have something different, not the same thing all the time. Because that's what it feels like sometimes. I just make keto coffee. Yeah. Oh. Last week on Wednesday, I went to the senior center with my mom, and we did the balance class. It was pretty good. I loved it. So I'm gonna go tomorrow again. And like I said, it's Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays today. They were doing their little workout. We didn't go yesterday because we didn't feel good. You know what, also yesterday, our net was out the whole day. I couldn't even get it on my phone, nothing. I went like on my phone data, couldn't even get it that way. It was a horrible, boring day. We didn't get it back till, excuse me, we didn't get it back till like about, I think it was like about 7:15 or something like that. My husband would call just to check to see if they had an estimated time because they kept saying, we have no estimated time by the time this is going to be done. It was a fiber optic something that tore and they were fixing that, but 12 hours, you guys. At least had to be 12 hours. But the whole net was out. Who knows? But yeah, I thought, man, of all the times for the net to go out, because we weren't feeling good, couldn't move. We had a storm, so that explained why. It was a little quickie one. It came through. A little bit of a rumble, made a little noise, and it was nice because it rained and there was a breeze outside, so it was nice. But that's when my body was hurting so much. But such a nuisance, you guys, because I wanted to do something and I couldn't. Then I was like, oh, I'll do a video, I'll do some beading, and then I realized I don't have certain little supply to do that. And I thought, well, I go to the store, and I didn't want to go to the store. It was one of those days. I mean, it was perfect for feeling good and going somewhere and doing something instead of just being home. But, you know, being on the net, but couldn't be on it, couldn't be on the internet because it was out. Not even on my phone. So I started looking at old family videos. I even thought about pulling out a puzzle to do. But then I was like, I already did all these puzzles. I don't want to redo a puzzle. And then the only one that I hadn't done was a Christmas one. And I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling like I wanted to do some Christmas theme. So I even thought, well, what if I just go to the Dollar General or the Dollar Tree? They're just down the road now for me. I have 2 Dollar Generals down the road. One on this road and one on another road. And then right smack kind of in the middle, not really, but there's a Dollar Tree in the corner of the end of this road. The main road in front of us of our neighborhood. So I could have just gone there and got a little quickie little puzzle or something. Maybe I would have found the little supplies I needed for the beading. But yeah. Would you like to see that? Me doing some beading. It's boring, don't you think? I feel like beading is so boring because it's kind of long and tedious, and And you gotta be putting your beads in certain order. Not everybody's gonna do the same. Well, I guess it would be like anything else you do, right? Because everybody, you just want to see it, the idea or whatever, and then you just change it for yourself. Style, like floral design, I guess would be the same thing. I don't know. I've never actually sat down and watched someone do a video doing some beading. Maybe I will. On Sunday I went to Sam's. My husband and I went to Sam's to stock up on some things. I'm getting full, you guys. Yeah. Fresh medjool dates. I haven't even opened the package. It's today Tuesday. Am I tripping? No, it is. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Let's pop them open. You know, I like dates. My husband's tasted dates. And he said, oh, they're delicious. But I can't look at them. And I was like, I know. They look like some sort of a bug. All dried up like that. Look at that. So good. Just gotta get that little pit out. Right here. I wonder if I clean them and try to plant them. I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna save up a few of them. This is so delicious. Then I saw a video. I stopped eating dates for a long time. I used to eat them a lot. Used to grab them like that and just bite into them. I saw a video in my grocery aisle too. There was little bugs in there. When you open them up, there's little bugs that live in there. So then I didn't want to buy them for a long time. Then I saw them at Sam's and they were like $7 for this whole thing. I'm gonna get them. I don't see any bugs in. If there is, they're delicious. Sweet, chewy. It's like a little candy. You're having a candy. What I want to do is I want to make some fig preserves or jam or whatever you want to call it. But I've never seen fresh figs. Not in our store. I'm going to go to Sprouts and see if they have dates because I feel like they did. Now they had some dry ones one time and I got them and I enjoyed them. But I want some fresh ones so I can make, you know, like I said, a jam or preserves or whatever. I did plant a fig tree. It's like a bush now. It's not very big. It's still small. So I'm hoping sometime in the future, maybe it'll give me some figs. Who knows? But yeah, I also want to buy some other type of a fruit tree. I'm thinking a peach, maybe. A little peaches, little peach tree, little valley type peaches. All right, you guys. I think that's it for me. I filled up. I feel good, and I had said I was gonna eat the rest of that, but maybe because I'm talking a lot of air consumption. Maybe it fills you up. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, you guys, I'm going to give myself a big old thumbs up, and I hope that you too will give me a big old thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already done so. Leave a kind comment down below. Let me know if you have any ideas on what you want me to do. I've run out of ideas again for crafts. So you want some beading or something like that. I want to make some, you know, the kind you hang here for your glasses. Maybe one for a little tag. You want to see that? Let me know. And I'll go ahead and get the supplies so I can do a little video with that. I'm kind of burned out on flower arrangements, but fall's coming, you guys, and they already have all the fall stuff, and I guess I should get started soon. But you know, I'm just not feeling it. Fall is my favorite time of the year. You know, again, it reminds us that my father's gone. All right, everyone. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate you supporting my channel. And as always, enjoy.